My committee is the jail committee. And I remember I'm good friends with the undersheriff of Yaphank Correctional Facility. And he came to me and asked if the Beading Hearts would be willing to come in. I remember thinking like, wait, what? Like, what are we, are we worthy? Like, are we even worthy to go in? Like, what are we going to do? Like, we're not professionals.
What was the initial reaction when we first started coming? Like that we wanted to be there and, you know, we're not professionals, but just to tell our stories and see how it was received in the beginning.
They saw the value of it very, very quickly. And they saw the way um, they responded to you guys and they saw the value in it.
You know, my dad taught me that rehabilitation was very important for individuals who are incarcerated. And I felt that, you know, the value that you bring outside of someone that doesn't, you know, a group of people that do not have the professional licensure, as was mentioned earlier, but, you know, you're talking from your hearts, you're talking from experience, and you're talking because you don't want it to happen to someone else.
They're in the same boat my son was in. And I can give them a little piece of myself, a little piece of my history, of my son's history. And I can only hope that they can walk away realizing that people care about them, that they're important, and that they're more than their addiction.
The first time I was told that we were going to use the Beading Hearts for the men, I didn't think it was going to work. I actually didn't think they were going to go for it. They were going to think it was stupid. But the impact they had was profound. The men were hysterically crying, couldn't wait for them to come back because it gave them a chance to see the impact they had on maybe their mother that they weren't communicating with, or their sister, or their wife. You know, like, wow, am I hurting that person like that? Is this what they felt like? But they also give them that feeling of, wow, I have another chance to make up for all I did. It's not over. I could start over.
The women come in and they speak and they share their stories. It lets the individuals know that they're not alone, that they are cared about, that they are loved, and there's somebody out there who cares about them.
We could bring a counselor in there who can treat them for drug addiction, but actually hearing the real story of somebody who's lived it, I think gives them a real impact. A lot of times when I listen, I'll hear them say, you know, they'll pick out the greatest quality, say, a child had, and maybe they find that quality in themselves.
While we can help them while they're incarcerated with their addiction, we want to make sure that when they leave us, that same level of care is continued with no matter what community that they're returning back to in Suffolk County or even somewhere else, is that, you know, there are people that are going to care about these individuals just as much as we do. So, you know, I cannot thank you enough, you know, from the bottom of my heart. It makes my job not only a little easier, but, you know, there's another partnership that we've developed to really move forward with where we want to be as far as the sheriff's office.
What do you see for the future, and with us as the Beading Hearts, what can we do?
One of the things, especially when the COVID restrictions eases up, you know, I would like to create a partnership when I go into a school district and talk to various students, if maybe one or two you can accompany me and maybe, you know, talk about your story. I think it's more impactful from someone that has gone through a tragic experience as opposed to someone from a law enforcement or academic talking about these issues.
You guys are going to be impacting their lives. And if you could just, you know, we're asking a lot of you, but, you know, if you could just think about continuing that to try to
if
keep
you
them
could
going.
imagine what that does for our recovery.
Yeah. Well,
It goes both ways. So what you're talking about is exactly what makes sense to us and how we want to be and show up and continue a relationship that's been formed. It makes so much sense.